Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. My name's Peter Drury and here's my co-commentator for the game. It's Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. It's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. We are just getting started. How are you reading this formation, Jim Beglin?
Well, this setup, Peter, can be very defensive if that midfield is in place purely to form a protective layer in front of the back four. But it can also be the launch pad to very quick counter-attacks. If you can offer pace and accuracy on the front foot, it can have a devastating effect, actually, at the offensive end of the pitch too.
Knocks it into space. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, this guy, Rodri, is a player I like a lot, and he's someone who quietly gets on with his job by doing a lot of the simple things exactly right. His game's all about playing short balls, forming triangles, and his speed of thought is actually quite impressive, and it often keeps him away from trouble.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment. That's a foul, no two ways about it. Well, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. He does seem to be in considerable discomfort, but do hope it's nothing serious. Wharton, Ducore, and here's Kamada. So Jim, what has caught your eye in these early exchanges?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Manchester clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
And it's Kamada. Now it's Mateta. Kusanov does really well there. He is strong. O'Reilly. Crystal Palace are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. O'Reilly spots it and intercepts. Doku. Cherki cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
Johnson, he is onto this. That has not gone well. Sarr. And it's Ducore. Johnson.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
And here's Johnson. And that's very disappointing, it has to be said. Doku. And the counter is on. That's a shade optimistic. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
He made it look a bit predictable.
He's found a way through. Haaland. Richards did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Mitchell. And it's Kamada. And Sarr. Neither side giving way, it has been tight. And here's Johnson. Oh, that's nice. Mateta proves just a little bit too strong. Couldn't squeeze it through. Now it's Haaland. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Mitchell. Now it's Mateta. Mateta!
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
A probing pass. Can he get onto this? Pass is just off target. Kamada. That is ended up in no man's land. And here's Mateta. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. So, a temporary halt to the action. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. So, very little to report. Nothing indeed in terms of goals scored.
After all that probing and testing the waters, here's hoping for a more open second half.
So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break. The second half is up and running.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first.
Oh, he's found support out wide. He is through here. Drives it in. And he can thump it away. Kamada. And he's had it nicked away. Tries to play it through. That's a good chance to shoot! There it is!
Well, whenever he reminds us of his wondrous skill set, it's usually something very memorable or even unforgettable. We'll certainly remember that one.
There was to be only one outcome.
Well, how's that for composure?
Shot a goal! It's in! And once more we are all square. You score, we score.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
Whoever is in his path, he will always find a way.
Well, at one stage he was being body checked, Peter, and then the next minute it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
So they have it all to do again.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails most definitely up now.
Ducore. Nicely aimed pass. Doku.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? And he thumps it clear. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. Mateta needing to deal with defending that's more up close and personal.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down now. Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Great chance! And he hits the net! Into the lead once more! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Mateta. Now, this could be a chance. Kamada. Oh, well played, well played.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Cherki. Oh, they can break here. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Just about up to 75 minutes. He's on it, can he get away? Great defending, strong and determined. Kamada. Richards. Looking for options, for movement. Tries a shot! And a truly agonising miss.
Mateta clearly knows that he let himself down there. He'd like another pop at that one, but that's not how it works.
Wharton. Now it's Johnson. All the way back. Donnarumma. He's a sharp little ball. He's had a shot! Oh, it's come loose.
Manchester surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
And here's Johnson. Wharton has the space to scheme. That's travelling a long way. And he can clear it away. Well, they've got it again.
Substitution on the field. Number 11, Doku. Number 42, Semenyo. Number 20.
Oh, can he get onto this?
Silva. Coming on the field, number 26.
Manchester nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whistle.
Number 14, Nico Gonzalez. Substitution in progress.
Uche. Nico Gonzalez.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
That's a nicely shaped ball. Richards threads one in. And that's a simple one for the keeper. And that will be it. One of those games that many would have felt no one deserved to lose, but sentiment counts for nothing. Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here, the supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. We are just getting started. Just eases him off the ball.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
That is good alertness. Haaland is herring after that one. Mateta. And here's Kamada. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
It's very hard to overlook this guy, Jean-Philippe Mateta, Peter. A player who has a great touch for a big man. He may be old-fashioned, but I like his subtle movements inside the box.
Real chance! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Sarr is offering a wry smile there.
Crystal Palace with the corner. They're first. And it's Doucouré. Looking to play him in. It's a goal kick. Defending in numbers, sharp and uncompromising. Riyad scooting forward. Very early stages, Jim, but anything up to now that's of note?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks.
He's having a shot! And he has kept it out somehow.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he? Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Haaland. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. And now a sudden chance to counter. That's going wide left. And he's picked it up out wide. That's good play. And it's Doucouré. Haaland.
This is the time you need that pace.
So we're still where we started right now. Oh, that was vital. Semenyo. Cherki. He shifted it to the flank. And he's managed to get free. Oh, important interception. Sarr. Kamada. Semenyo gets across to intercept that. O'Reilly. Always onto this. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Back where it came from.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
Haaland is onto this. Wharton.
Johnson really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Doucouré kept his eye on it, and he's there. Sarr. Still waiting for the game's first breakthrough goal. Strong challenge, that could leave a mark. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Haaland going after that. Riyadh. And Sarr. Good defending there, they've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. And it's Kamada. Nicely weighted ball. Wharton. Great vision. Shapes to shoot! It's there! Half-time rapidly approaching. That could be a big one. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up...
And we've reached half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, it's obvious, Peter, that this team was set up to play on the break, and their opponents pretty much played right into their hands, so no wonder they've got their tails up at half-time.
Crystal Palace have played well here, and they have the all-important lead. It's 1-0. Back on the way then. Crystal Palace currently ahead by the smallest of margins. Bernardo Silva. Oh, perfectly measured that. He's in. Doku! And he hits the net. They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
We knew what was coming, and he has outfoxed the keeper again.
Well, was there ever any doubt? It made it look like he's done it over and over and over again, and he has.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Gehi kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Not the most accurate pass. Mateta. Sarr. Lovely ball and a real chance now. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Munoz. Johnson. Genuine physical edge about this game. It is quite attritional.
Crystal Palace really just need to be careful for the next 10 minutes or so, deal with the pressure and come again.
That has been knocked clear. Crystal Palace do have a chance to counter here. Mateta being watched hawkishly here.
Yeah, what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
Decore. And Johnson. Mateta has found the net here, of course. Chance here to counter. Oh, Red, nice interception. Wharton. Decore. And there's green grass ahead of him. That's going to go a long way. Good play on the left-hand side here. O'Reilly. Wharton gets over and intercepts. Engages and forces him off the ball. That has not gone well. Knocks it into space. There's the shot! It's a goal! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get press from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
Now this could be a chance.
Crystal Palace really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Now that's well seen too. That is ended up in no man's land. And here's Mateta, Johnson. Semenyo, Cherki, Doku providing an outlet on that flank. Pass somewhat off target. Can he get on the end of this? Ah, that's a fine interception.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
And Sarr. And he shoots! And yes, it's there! They're level in a trice!
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
What a delicious finish. That is immaculate.
Speed of thought, speed of action. That's another really clever finish.
And now he has two. It is compelling, this, utterly compelling.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response.
Semenyo running with the ball. Now it's Haaland. Now it's Mateta. It's a pretty loose pass. And he welcomes it in. Space for him to turn and look. And the finish!
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Now it's Mateta. Look at this. And a chance! Incredible! Just incredible! So is that it? Is this the moment they stole it? Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
Well, they've done the hard part. Now to survive the last few minutes.
Well, these last few moments are going to be pretty frantic, I would think, as the opposition try tooth and nail to get back into this. We're never done till it's completely done.
Riyadh. And there goes the final whistle. Crystal Palace have been forced to do it the hard way, but they have pulled themselves... Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. Things already rolling. How are you reading this formation, Jim Beglin?
Well, most teams that use this system, Peter, will work it in a way where, yes, they'll have a 4-5-1 shape off the ball and ideally a 4-3-3 shape on it. We often see that 4-1-4-1 shape too, and that has an obvious flexibility about it. It's a popular
Mateta! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
And we have our very first corner. And it's been taken short. And now a sudden chance to counter. That has ended up in no man's land. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Yeah, Bernardo Silva, he's a real box of tricks, Peter, with a super first touch and a really nice, silky smooth dribbling style. He's also got an eye for a telling pass, and he's a more than decent finisher too. What we don't usually comment on is his phenomenal work rate, and that will be a standout for this team over the course, I can assure you.
Yes, getting the best out of him will count for so much. He's being urged to shoot. No way through, so back it comes. So to play, and it is a goal kick. Doucouré. So it is still 0-0. Couldn't squeeze it through. Sarr. Under an awful lot of pressure.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Doku. Oh, played right into his path. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Kamada. And it's Doucouré. And Sarr. And it's Kamada. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Thinks about the shot. Bernardo Silva. And now the breakaway. Sarr. Richards. Big chance! Yehi lays it forward. Oh, what a ball! Doku. Oh, easy pickings there. Kusanov. Here's Doku. And that is out of play. Kamada. And he's forced to go back. And it's Munoz. Lacroix. Riyad. Played over towards the opposite flank.
That's a cracking pass to stretch the opposition.
Lacroix. And Richards. Riyad. Half-time rapidly approaching, and it's still goalless. And Sarr. Johnson.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Chance, surely! Goal! Half-time rapidly approaching. That could be a big one. There was no getting to that. No getting to it at all. Expertly done.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
Crystal Palace are in front now, the game's only goal.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever they had in mind for the half-time team talks. One has got to tone it up now and the other has to tone it down.
Sarr. Crystal Palace leading then, courtesy of the goal scored late in the first half here. And the score is 1-0. And it's Wharton. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. Crystal Palace come in leading by just the odd goal.
I thought that was a decent 45 minutes of football. Plenty of signs that both managers can take a lot of encouragement from. I would say the mood is neither overly negative nor positive. You still have to approach this like it's 0-0.
Crystal Palace just about ahead, 1-0 at the break. The second half is up and running.
Crystal Palace definitely want to carry on in a similar manner, although I would exercise some caution, Peter. You wouldn't want to leave yourself open in the early minutes trying to kill this off.
It'll be a throw-in. Munoz. And that's really well manoeuvred. Plays a sharp little ball here. Haaland is herring after that one.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Oh, he's on his own! And the shot! Well taken goal. They are right back in business.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Oh, this looks sharp. Cherki tries to pass it through. It is a corner, good chance.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Cleared without hesitation. He's going for goal! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
O'Reilly clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Corner number 2 then. Munoz tries to clear.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
And they've managed to get rid. That'll be a throw. Well, that's well seen too. Wharton. Kamada. Arteta being hunted in packs.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee.
And the shot! No, not this time.
That's good play. Plenty of targets in the penalty area and plenty of movement too.
Riyad. Richards. And it's Kamada. Passing is crisp and sharp. Wharton. Doku. Can he spark a counter here? Great vision. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Pass is coming off in quick succession here.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
And the whistle has gone for a reckless challenge there. Yellow or red? It is red. Well, there is concern on the faces of the players standing around him here. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men. Munoz. Lacroix. And Munoz. Lacroix. And Richards. Still anyone's game this. One moment can decide it.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
Now it's Mateta. Wharton. Oh, good climb! And that's in! And again they hit the front. He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
Substitution in progress.
Well, there is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change. Crystal Palace with the lead.
Well, it's great commitment on show here. They'll be hoping now that they can stay focused and disciplined enough to hold on to this.
Not too much more here than seeing out time, and time is very nearly seen out. And it's Pino.
Crystal Palace nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whistle.
Haaland receives it in a wide position.
4 added minutes has been indicated.
And he can clear it away. Lacroix spots it and intercepts. That has not gone well. Now, can they get him away? And that has left him in a heap. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Into a minimum of 4 minutes additional time. Oh, good take in a good area. And time is up. Crystal Palace can finally smile now. They have held on in a difficult watch for both sets of fans. A truly emotional roller coaster that. Arteta picking up the Man of the Match award, and
Let's
no
hope for
surprise
better luck
there.
next time.
Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the
Hello,
promise
everybody,
of a
and
match that
welcome
will
to
really
today's
get the
match.
juices flowing. This is Peter Drury, and next to me providing insights will be Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. Hello, everybody. Ready to see what unfolds in this one now.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. We are just getting started. Looks to the other side.
Well spotted.
So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, Peter, Erling Haaland is developing a massive reputation. The raw power, the speed, the ability to find the net in all sorts of ways. Sometimes you just wonder how you're going to stop him, and I think as a defender you'd be hard-pressed for answers.
Yeah, he'll be looking for a goal or two. Richards. Crystal Palace appearing to have the better of things in these early exchanges. Sarr. And Richards. Sarr. Lacroix. Sarr. Can he get it through? Yehi short changes him with that pass. Plays a sharp little ball here. Can he finish? No, just not quite.
Yeah, it's good movement though. A bit unlucky he couldn't actually steer it goalwards.
Crystal Palace are enjoying the lion's share of possession, but nothing yet to show for it. Doucouré. Richards. Now Doucouré. And it's Wharton. And here's Mateta. And he's had it nicked away. Now it's Mateta. Now it's Haaland.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Semenyo. And here's Haaland.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Munoz. Wharton. Richards. Riyad. And Richards. Sarr. Looking tidy in possession here. Now Semenyo.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Now that looks a decent ball. And he plays one through. And it's hoisted clear. Lovely feet. He steps in, and that's the end of that.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Sarr. And he's being shifted off it. And the counter is on. Rodri. Yehi. And it's O'Reilly. Doku. Well, the boss won't be happy about that at all. They were pedestrian in possession and carried almost no threat at all. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Intercepts the throw, that's well read. Still looking for the first breakthrough, and it is nearly half-time now. Now it's Haaland. Cherki, he has found the way through. Space for him to turn and look. And that is headed for the middle. Doucouré with the clearance. Nicked it back promptly. Now it's Mateta. And it's Kamada. We've got 5 minutes till half-time. Passes coming off in quick succession here. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Doku.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Doucouré does really well to win the ball there. Richards. Kamada. That's a good run down the left. To Kamada. That's the end of the first 45. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, I think from the manager's viewpoint, Peter, he'll be demanding more from his team during the break, but he'll at least be happy at the way they've contained the opposition so far.
Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time. And we are back on the way.
Crystal Palace clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to...
Haaland! Just the wrong side.
Oh, he just got it ever so slightly wrong, Peter. There wasn't much in that at all.
Kusanov. Wharton. Sarr. Nicely weighted ball. Crystal Palace have got it back and they'll have another go.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
And it's Kamada. Kamada showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Now it's Bernardo Silva. Aimed beyond the defence. Oh, well played, well played. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Manchester clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Oh, the ball's run loose here. It's a throw-in. Still absolutely nothing to report here, goals-wise. Oh, he's been caught napping! Arteta being hunted in packs.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
Doku. Munoz gets over and intercepts. Sarr. And here's Wharton. Very little to report from an attacking perspective. Jim, it's a cagey old game.
Well, I think both teams can help themselves massively with better movement up front, Peter. There's just not enough happening at the moment. And essentially, their job is to find space, and that needs to start happening.
No, he wasn't going to let him past. That's been cut out, well played. Riyad. Oh, and they're quick to press here, right on top of them. Lacroix. And it's Doucouré. And Wharton. And it's Munoz. Tries to pass it through. And it's made its way to him. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Now it's Bernardo Silva. Munoz makes the interception. Sarr. Doucouré. Sarr. Riyad. And Richards. Lacroix. And it's Munoz. And Wharton. Lacroix. Riyad. And it's Kamada. Ball is over the line. That is good progress on the left.
Manchester really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Driving on and making good progress. And Bernardo Silva! A real chance and a real let-off. Into the last 5 minutes.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now. A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Now it's Semenyo, foot in. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
And here's Haaland. Wharton. Now, what about a counter-attack? So that's it. It is all over. So a tough one to gauge. Defensive dominance combined with... Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, it's great to be here.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So things are underway. The lineup we have suggests it's going to be a 4-5-1 formation, Jim.
Well, this setup, Peter, can be very defensive if that midfield is in place purely to form a protective layer in front of the back four. But it can also be the launch pad to very quick counter-attacks. If you can offer pace and accuracy on the front foot, it can have a devastating effect, actually, at the offensive end of the pitch too.
Kamada. Defending in numbers, sharp and uncompromising. Can he spark a counter here? Who do you, Jim, see making a difference here?
Well, this fella, Mateta, merits a mention. OK, he's not going to go full pelt down the flank, but if you put him in a system where he's well supported, allowing him to do his little link-ups and those quick bursts inside the box, and he can be incredibly effective. He has proven himself capable in one-on-ones as well, which often gets him into those smart positions.
Yeah, hard to see past him. He'll be looking to put on a show, I'm certain of that. Munoz. And claimed it back swiftly. Semenyo did well to step in there. That was more than necessary.
Well, neither defence has had a wake-up call yet, because neither attack has turned up.
Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Oh, he's onto this. And it's been hooked away. Can he get on the end of this? Kamada. Sarr. Matthews Nunes. Not the most accurate pass. Lacroix. And it's Munoz. Played over towards the opposite flank.
Well spotted.
Riyad. And it's Kamada. And Sarr. And it's Wharton. Johnson unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Kamada. And here's Mateta. Now it's Johnson. Oh, good ball! Semenyo. Cherki. Played out to the left flank. Haaland. Haaland showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Doucouré. Brennan Johnson. Now it's Wharton. They get a throw in. Doku did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
And that's very disappointing, it has to be said. Kamada going after that. Still waiting for the game's first breakthrough goal. Nicely weighted ball. Great chance! Doku. And here's Johnson. Yehi proves too strong. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Oh, he's taken it. And it's to Kore. Wharton. Now this could be a chance. Chance! Well, that wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt.
Crystal Palace really can be very happy with the way they're going about things, Peter. They'll want to capitalise on this good spell, though.
Brennan Johnson. He's in a great position here. Doku. The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. And we are up to the break.
Crystal Palace really can be happy with the strong finish to the half and have no reason to be upset with their overall performance. I think they just need to keep going now, stick at it, and eventually they'll get a break.
So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break. The second half is up and running.
Crystal Palace are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
Sarr. And here's Mateta. Comes under pressure and it's come loose. Well, that pass isn't the best. Wharton proves just a little bit too strong. Yehi going vertical. Munoz. And it's to Kore. Sarr. This is a promising build-up. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. It's a pretty loose pass. Kamada. And Munoz. Mateta is being harried and hassled.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
And that pass just didn't quite work. It's an inviting-looking ball, that. Sarr. And he's there to retrieve it.
This is the time you need that pace.
Oh no, he's got that wrong. Well into the second half, and still there's nothing between them. Lacroix. Well, the manager might be thinking of shuffling his pack here.
It's about risk-taking and boldness now. Are we going to see any activity from the bench?
And it's Kamada. Sarr picks it up out wide. Sarr. Bullish header! Not a bad try by any means.
Well, he looks a little annoyed with himself, Peter, but he hit it well enough. Better look next time, maybe.
Riyad does really well to win the ball there. Munoz. Wharton. Now it's Johnson. Doucouré. And he's forced to go back. Riyad. Munoz. And it's Munoz. Sarr. Passing is crisp and sharp. Good ball, good take. Delivers with whip. He's rising! Oh, denied! Brilliantly!
Kamada really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Crystal Palace with the corner. They're first. Brilliantly cut out. Has a look and plays it forward. And now a sudden chance to counter. Riyad. Now this could be a chance. Riyad does well to get it back. Cherki was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Munoz. And it's Munoz. And Wharton. Munoz. Pass somewhat off target. Now it's Semenyo. Stood up well to him there. Kamada. Riyad. And Munoz. And here's Wharton.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Richards. That's a sharp pass. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. And here's the chance to counter.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Richards. Sarr. Doku. And it's O'Reilly. And it's O'Reilly. That's a good foot in there.
Added time.
Into stoppage time, very little left on it. He's on it, can he get away? So that means another 30 minutes football. So we are still gridlocked.
Well, the scoreline may have a disappointing look about it, Peter, but that's where it ends. I think this game has had a real lively feel, and I'm not ready to give up on it yet.
So a battle of endeavour, enterprise, and now endurance. Into extra time we go. Matheus Nunes. That'll be a throw. Sarr. Doucouré. And Sarr. Now it's Kamada. Now it's Johnson. Wharton is onto this. Bernardo Silva. Now that looks a decent ball. Knocks it into space. Doucouré. Sarr. Brennan Johnson. And it's Wharton. Now it's Mateta. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on.
Look, this is so frustrating. Passing without any end product is just passing time.
Now it's Semenyo. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Now it's Mateta. And it's made its way to him. Haaland showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Oh, that's well spotted. Oh, well measured. Riyad. Munoz. And it's Wharton. And here's Johnson. Doku.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
And that has left him in a heap. And it is half-time in extra time.
Children's announcement.
Halfway through extra time, and still we are deadlocked. Is it time for a hero to step up and to grab the headlines here?
Substitution on the field. Number 42, Semenyo. Number 10, Ryan Chucky. Number 20, Bernardo Silva. Coming on the field, number 47, Phil Foden. Number 4, Reinders. Number 14, Nico Gonzalez. Substitution.
Is there to be drama in these final 15 minutes? 105 minutes of deadlock, 15 minutes to break it. Lerma tries to play it through. Nice interception, well timed. Doku. Sarr. Johnson in acres of space out wide.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
Now it's Haaland.
Well, the crowd's impatience is an indicator that they haven't quite given up on a goal just yet.
And here's Mateta. Now it's Johnson. Foden powering forward here. Looking to play him in. It's come to nothing.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Lerma. And he cuts out the supply. Doku. Doku. Can he get it through? Oh, good take in a good area. And a chance! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Short changes him with that pass. They'll have to settle for that. So a tough one to gauge. Defensive dominance combined with wastefulness in attack. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert, Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter. Hi, everyone. The excitement has really picked up now, and I'm eager for the action to start.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So we're very much on the way now. Oh, there's a probing ball. That has not gone well. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, this fella, Donnarumma, is someone who's been catching our eyes ever since he made his top-flight debut at the age of 16. He's had to grow up very quickly because of that, and it shows in his positional awareness and consistency. And you've got to remember, his shot-stopping is second to none.
He would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Semenyo is flagged offside. O'Reilly has a look and plays it forward. It's a pretty loose pass. Now it's Sarr. Great ball, and he's Mateta! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
So, Jim, what has caught your eye in these early exchanges?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Can he get it through? And here's the chance to counter.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
Sarr. Neither side yet able to find the net. Riyad. And Sarr. Sarr. And here's Johnson. Now, what about a counter-attack? Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva. Cherki. Oh, that was vital. No way through. And Bernardo Silva! Oh, and the shot! Goal! And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
Well, from a defensive perspective, Peter, that's a really poor one to give away. Yes, the movement was very good, but the defence made it way too easy.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
Can he get on the end of this? Doku gets a good foot in there. And no, that was never going to make it. Riyad. Doucouré. And it's Wharton. Kamada is onto it in a flash. Semenyo does really well to win the ball there. And it's Wharton. Kamada matches Nunes, wins the duel this time. Kamada was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Mateta. Oh, that's a fine interception. Sarr. He's had a shot! Oh, that is rather wayward.
Oh, how about that touch, Peter? I mean, that was brilliant. He got the ball to go exactly where he wanted it. The touch was perfection, the finish imperfection.
Doku puts them all in. Semenyo. Sarr tries to play it through. That's a lovely, neat pass. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Spread to the right. Time and again they are repelled. Kamada and Sarr.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Wharton threads one in. Oh, good take in a good area. And that marks a high-octane end to the first half. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. Crystal Palace finding themselves behind by just 1 goal at the break.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. The second half is up and running.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as...
Oh, he's one-on-one chance! And it's hit the woodwork and out! And that's a tiny finish! And this is getting better and better. Not so much sophistication as doggedness and sheer bloody-mindedness.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
Now, can they get him away? Bernardo Silva! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
It's certainly a bold attempt, and there's nothing wrong with that. Shame he didn't work the keeper a bit more, though.
Arteta being watched hawkishly here.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
That pass isn't the best. Oh, he's having a go! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Stood up well to him there. Sarr. And Johnson played out towards the right wing. Sarr. And it's Kamada. Riyad. And it's Kamada. And Sarr. Sarr. Oh, super ball. Doku does have his name on the score sheet, of course. Bernardo Silva. That looks a good ball through. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Semenyo. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Now, oh, he's on his own! Shapes to shoot! In he goes again! And it's there! With fun and fury, they continue to do their thing. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
That's smart play from him, actually, Peter. That goal was all about positioning. He knew instinctively where to be should the keeper have gotten a little jittery.
A case now of complete control. And there's green grass ahead of him. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
And here's Wharton. Good ball, good take. Pass is just off target. Has a look and plays it forward.
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. Haaland receives it in a good position here. Crystal Palace can breathe again, just.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
He's in a great position here.
Crystal Palace really aren't making anything meaningful of their time on the ball.
Riyad cuts out the pass. Richards. And here's Mateta. And it's Wharton. Very nicely done. Tries to pass it through. Crystal Palace have themselves a corner, I think. Yes, they do.
Substitution on the field.
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Number 11.
Now this could be a chance. Hangs in a cross.
Bernardo Silva. Number 9. Erling
Time
Haaland.
added on will be 2 minutes.
Number 47.
Cherky. Oh, super find.
Number 26.
He's in, must be! And real chance! It's a goal! Just cruising! They are cruising! And that will be it. Crystal Palace cannot spin this any other way. They came up against opponents who were thrilling. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert, Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter. Hi, everyone. The excitement has really picked up now, and I'm eager for the action to start.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So straight into the action. So Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, Peter, Erling Haaland is developing a massive reputation. The raw power, the speed, the ability to find the net in all sorts of ways. Sometimes you just wonder how you're going to stop him, and I think as a defender you'd be hard-pressed for answers.
I think the opposition defence agree too. He's going to be the source of so many of their headaches. Mateta receives it in a good position here. Doku. Now, what about a counter-attack? Doucouré gets over and intercepts. Crystal Palace controlling the possession in this early phase. Now it's Haaland. Keeper's got good distance on that. And that's a throw-in. Oh, this looks sharp. Haaland is onto it in a flash. Doucouré.
Yeah, the crowd have tried to spark some excitement, but to no avail. This needs something explosive.
Sarr. He's being urged to shoot. Now this could be a chance. Kamada. Sarr. Bernardo Silva. Now it's Haaland. And the counter is on. Semenyo aims beyond the defence. Semenyo, and he shoots! Oh, he hit that sweetly.
Bernardo Silva clearly feels he did everything right there. He really wasn't that far away.
That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Sarr. And it's Kamada. Lacroix does well to get it back. Wharton. And it's Wharton. Passing is crisp and sharp. Well, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Henderson punts it upfield. And this ended up in no man's land. "15 minutes till half-time. Mateta. Sarr. Doucouré. To Kamada. Sarr engages and forces him off the ball. Bernardo Silva. That is good alertness. Sarr. And here's Mateta. Now it's Wharton. And it's Doucouré. Riyad. And here's Mateta. Played back. Nicely weighted ball. Great chance! It's in! Pressure, what pressure? He feels none of it.
Mateta demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
Crystal Palace have taken the lead.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
Richards has got himself a free kick. Mateta, and it's Kamada. Rodri makes the interception. The only breakthrough then came late in the first half here, and that is the difference. And the score is 1-0. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Semenyo. Cherki. Now, can they get him away? Cherki. And they've got a throw. Oh, good steal, he just read it. And the referee says that is that for the first half. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness perhaps the only things lacking. Crystal Palace come in leading by just the odd goal.
There's plenty of positives to take despite the lead being so small, Peter. I think playing well, good energy, a little more composure up front perhaps. That's not too much to ask.
Crystal Palace made the game's only breakthrough. It's 1-0. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out. See if you can open them up a bit more.
Munoz. Now it's Johnson. It's a pretty loose pass. Cherki. And it's Bernardo Silva. Tries to pass it through. And the finish! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
Cherki deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Sarr. Now it's Johnson. Wharton. Johnson. Johnson, he is onto this. Easy enough for the goalkeeper. Can he spark a counter here? Wharton. Mateta being watched hawkishly here.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
Cherki. Looking for options for movement. Henderson claims comfortably. Built as the single goal between the sides. Cherki. Quarter of an hour into the second half. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, it's not looking good, Peter. You can't just stop playing once you've gone ahead. You're letting the opposition know that you can be got at, and they can so easily raise the pace and tempo to do just that.
Genuine physical edge about this game. It is quite attritional. Now that's well seen too. Munoz. And he's managed to get free. And a chance! And he nearly went all the way.
Cherki clearly is trying to be too clever there. He should have gone with his instincts.
You would think that now would be a good time to consider some changes.
Well, you would hope for some movement off the...
And the shot! And he hits the net! They have hauled themselves right back into it!
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real gain here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another. Yeah, that's really well played, Peter. It's very, very simple. The ball through to him was just beautifully measured.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Haaland did incur the wrath of the referee and has earned himself a booking in the process. Lacroix cuts out the pass. Brennan Johnson, now it's Sarr, looking to pass their way up the pitch. And here's Kamada. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it. Chance, surely! Oh, off the bar! Goal! Into the lead once more. He'll take that. Perhaps not the prettiest, but they all count.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
Crystal Palace have their lead.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Doucouré. Riyad. Johnson chasing after it. Cherki. Wharton. And Johnson. Sarr. Now it's Mateta. And Richards. Can he get on the end of this? Pass somewhat off target. Natchez Nunes. He's a sharp little ball here. Oh, he's got a side chance! Oh, good finish! A two-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
Substitution.
So here comes the substitution. So the lead now is 2.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Munoz. Lacroix. Sarr. He's in a great position here. Semenyo. Doucouré cuts it out.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
He's going to be disappointed with that. Threads one in. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Crystal Palace are enjoying their moments of collective uplift. A win achieved with efficiency and certainty, as we've come to expect from them.
I'm very glad to say
Mateta picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there.
Man of the Match award.
So what do you take away from it all, Jim? Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise
Hello,
of a
everybody,
match that
and
will
welcome
really
to
get the
today's
juices
match.
flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Well, I can tell you, I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So, straight into the action. How are you reading this formation, Jim Beglin?
Well, the lone striker has to be prepared to do some of the work himself, but essentially he needs two of the three central midfielders to make runs beyond him and trust that the wide men can service the penalty box and make those link-up runs from out to in. He should get plenty of support with this setup.
O'Reilly. He's a sharp little ball here. That's put paid to the danger.
All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
And he's taking no chances there. And now a sudden chance to counter. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, Peter, Erling Haaland is very much the player in all of football in so many ways. His development really owes to the fact that he made all the best choices. The clubs, the coaches, everything has been meticulously planned, and an awful lot of that would be attributed to his dad's experience.
I think the opposition defence agree too. He's going to be the source of so many of their headaches. Lacroix. And the pass is intercepted. Brennan Johnson knocks it into space. O'Reilly makes the interception.
Yeah, we're actually currently watching a contest of insipid probing. The only way is up, I hope.
Threads one in. Pass is just off target. Wharton. And played cross-field, changing the point of attack. Kamada. Riyad. Not the most accurate pass. Matches Nunes. Makes a move down the right. Semenyo is in a really good position out wide. Oh, can he get onto this? Kamada running with the ball.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive? Manchester really look like a team that's set up to absorb pressure. They don't mind being on the back foot.
But with something up their sleeve.
Yeah, they clearly feel they can hit hard on the counter-attack thanks to their pacey options.
Mateta. Kamada. Getting up there! Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in.
Crystal Palace really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter.
And it's Wharton. Lacroix. And it's Kamada. It's a good spell of possession, this. Chance! Oh, no shortage of confidence there.
Well, that was certainly impressive, Peter. Great run, just a shame the finish let him down.
Crystal Palace have their second corner now. Sarr with the short one. Delivers the ball, and the goalkeeper's got a good palm to that. And now they can spring out of defence. Wharton. Doucouré. Looking for options for move. And the shot! He's scored! The first significant strike. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Crystal Palace have taken the lead.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out. Crystal Palace can certainly afford to see this half out now and reset during the break.
Wharton. And it's Bernardo Silva. Now that looks a decent ball. Crystal Palace leading then, courtesy of the goal scored late in the first half here. 1-0 the score. Oh, this looks sharp. Mateta is firing after that one. Now it's Johnson. Wharton.
There will be 1 minute at a
Cherky.
time.
Cherky! Oh, he's given that plenty, but no.
Sure.
And that brings the first half to a close. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. How would you review the first half?
OK, they got hit with that one sucker punch, but I don't think there was much wrong with their overall approach. I think the boss needs to give his team a lift during the break, and they should still be quite buoyant.
Crystal Palace just about ahead, 1-0 at the break. The second half is up and running. Crystal Palace currently ahead by the smallest of margins. Wharton. Well timed, excellent interception. Cherky.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed. Deserved a better ball there. He's right to be disappointed.
Doku might just make this. Lacroix. That's a lovely, neat pass. Semenyo. And that has put paid to that. And it's made its way to him. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Lovely pass, but can he get there?
Crystal Palace are totally dominant in the middle of the park, a no-way-through zone.
And the counter is on. Cherky going face-to-face with his great rival. That has been cut short. Crystal Palace just about have their noses in front. It is the slenderest of leads. Munoz. Mateta being hounded, manhandled at times.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
Can he get it through? That ball looks a good one. And a chance! And that was struck with genuine force. Corner number 2 then.
Manchester really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
This is a really front-footed approach.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Short changes him with that pass. Can he spark a counter here? And it's Wharton. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, it's not looking good, Peter. You can't just stop playing once you've gone ahead. You're letting the opposition know that you can be got at, and they can so easily raise the pace and tempo to do just that.
Oh, give it away! Lacroix. Crystal Palace have kept their powder dry on the substitution front so far. Could that be about to change?
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time.
Brennan Johnson. And that's gone loose. Lacroix. Now to Corey. Sarr. And here's Mateta.
Crystal Palace clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
And here's Mateta. Nice bit of skill, and he's away. Now, can they get him away? The pass has gone astray. He's going for goal! Oh, it's hit the post! Lofted upfield. Oh, can he get onto this? Riyad. Into the last 5 minutes. Very much into the last knockings. And it's Wharton. Oh, easy pickings there. Johnson. Wharton. Plays it in low.
Crystal Palace can really think about the precious seconds that took off the clock. No need to overly commit now.
Looking to play him in.
There will be
that's well seen too.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And time is up. Relief finally. Now at last they can enjoy the taste of victory. Fingernails bitten to the quick, but they have got over the line. Quite a ride. Mateta voted man of the match, and deservedly so.
Stronger, won't we?
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. Well, I'm Peter Drury, and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Hi everyone, and thanks Peter, it's great to be on board.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game, everyone in... Haaland! Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, this fella, Mateta, merits a mention. OK, he's not going to go full pelt down the flank, but if you put him in a system where he's well supported, allowing him to do his little link-ups and those quick bursts inside the box, and he can be incredibly effective. He has proven himself capable in one-on-ones as well, which often gets him into those smart positions.
Hard to disagree with that. It is the sort of situation he thrives in. Brennan Johnson. Well timed, excellent interception. Lacroix. Very early stages, Jim, but anything up to now that's of note?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
And it's Kamada. And here's Mateta. Semenyo could move up a gear here. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. And here's Mateta. Quarter of an hour played. Lacroix was in no mood for any of that. Crystal Palace so far providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. Aims beyond the defence, and that could set him on his way. Doku. Wharton. Johnson. Kamada. And Sarr. It is a corner. Crystal Palace with the corner. They're first. Sarr with the short one. And now a sudden chance to counter. Haaland. That is ended up in no man's land. Riyadh. And it's Kamada. Sarr. And here's Mateta. And here's Johnson. Now it's Mateta. Doku. And Cherki. That has been cut short. Kamada. And here's Mateta. Knocks it into space. Sarr. Semenyo. And here's Johnson.
Johnson clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone?
Can he finish? And he should have made them pay.
Still a great ball to get him in on goal like that, Peter, but it deserved more than an apologetic thumbs up, I think.
Decore. Now it's Johnson. Wharton. Decore. And here's Johnson. Has a look and plays it forward. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Great ball, and he's in here. Kamada tries to play it through. Oh, no, that was never going to make it. No, no way through. He's on it. Can he get away? Well, he's hit it long, but astray. Now try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. Now it's Haaland. Munoz. And Sarr. Johnson. And it's Wharton. And it's Munoz. And Wharton. Johnson receives it in a good position here. So a temporary halt to the action. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. Some first-half thoughts?
Well, it's been nothing but frustration, really, Peter. I think the team as a whole has to take more risks, but they really need to up their quality too.
Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Well, I can imagine both managers have been in the ears of the players. They want more. Let's hope the game comes to life sooner rather than later.
It's a pretty loose pass. Semenyo. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And here's Mateta. Great defending, strong and determined. And he's there to retrieve it. And here's Mateta. Shot a goal! It's hit the upright. Not the most accurate pass. It'll be a throw-in. Drives it in. Donnarumma deals with that nice and simple. And the keeper's got it again. Munoz. Mateta looking in every way a marked man at the moment.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind him up in the process, Peter.
Very little to report from an attacking perspective. June, it's a cagey old game.
Well, I think both teams can help themselves massively with better movement up front, Peter. There's just not enough happening at the moment. And essentially, their job is to find space, and that needs to start happening.
Pass just lacking in accuracy. Looking for options for movement. And he's gone backward here. Lovely bit of skill. Doku. Crystal Palace have kept their powder dry on the substitution front so far. Could that be about to change?
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time. They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
That's a nicely shaped ball.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
He's had it taken off him.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Oh, good! Off the post! Oh, good finish! And late in the day, a telling moment!
Well, what a shift in moods here, Peter. That weight's finally off their shoulders, and tails are well and truly up.
He'll take that. Perhaps not the prettiest, but they all count.
Listen, he would have been advised to do that as a kid, and it's obviously etched in his mind now.
You felt it was coming. 1-0.
Well, when the going gets tough, etc., they can still turn this round, I think.
Kamada. And here's Mateta. Might be danger here. That's a good ball. And he shoots! And that's in! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
What about the pass, Peter? It was played so intelligently.
Gets his head on it! No, couldn't quite control it.
Well, that's a move which shouldn't be allowed to repeat. A dribble, cross and attempt, all too easy.
Riyad gets it clear. Ball's gone out of play. And he was quick to react. Now it's Johnson.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Bernardo Silva is onto this. Still anyone's game this. One moment can decide it.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
He made it look a bit predictable. Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Always goal side.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
And here's Johnson. And here's Wharton. Oh, easy pickings there.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
That pass isn't the best. Throw-in.
Substitution on the field. Number 42, Semenyo. Coming on to replace him is...
Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Stood up well to him there.
Substitutions taking place.
Pass somewhat off target. Hughes. Doucouré. Mateta is onto it in a flash. 90 minutes done then, but that is not the end of it. So, that was the second half.
Well, there was very little between the sides all the way through, so extra time is the correct next step.
Scores are level. We will go into
No winner
extra
so
time.
far, but somebody has to be the winner. And extra time is next.
Substitution on the field. Number 20, Bernardo Silva.
So our quest to find the winner continues.
Number 14,
Crystal Palace displayed great resilience to find the late equaliser that's got them here. Now can they go one better? Johnson, given the lift of his goal.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Well, they've got it again. And it's Pino. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Jeremy Pino. Lacroix. Brennan Johnson. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Cherki. And he's quick to return it. And the shot! It's a loose ball. And no! He had to, and yet he could not.
Haaland fully appreciates that he could have won it then, and now he'll be all the keener not to lose it.
And he's taking no chances there. Haaland! Nice interception, well timed. And he can clear it away. Oh, lovely bit of skill. Gonzalez.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Mateta did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. And it's Lerma. Great vision. That's a shade optimistic. It's their second corner of the game.
Substitution.
They've played it short. And we're halfway through extra time.
Please be made aware that smoking
So
is
those
only
15
permitted
minutes
in
have
designated
flown
areas
by.
within these grounds.
Limbs now and heads indeed at the point of exhaustion. How will this end?
Substitution on the field. Number 11, Doku.
Exhaustion,
Number
physical
10,
and mental.
Ryan Shaki.
Will we find a winner?
Coming on the field, number
Well, this really
26,
has been an epic
Savinho.
encounter, and there are some tired limbs out there. How much more can the players
Substitution in
give?
progress.
Another pass just keeps it ticking over. He won't be happy with that one. Can he get on the end of this? That's tidy. And it's made its way to him. Rodri. Savinho. And here's the chance to counter. And here's Mateta. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team. This pitch is go-for-it territory right now.
And here's Mateta.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
He's a sharp little ball here. Oh, that's a key interception. Henderson punts it upfield. That's a lovely, neat pass.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
It's just beyond his reach. Goes forward. Haaland is herring after that one. But that has not gone well. The whistle's gone and the game is over. A good watch, a really good watch. Both sides toiling to try and outthink, outsmart each other. But it wasn't to be, and they're all square.
And we
Thoughts on what we've just seen?
Well, Peter, that was certainly long, although it didn't feel like a full 2 hours of action.
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Hi everyone, and thanks Peter. It's great to be on board.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So that's got things underway. Well, it's a formation, this, Jim, with a packed midfield, isn't it?
Yeah, and it allows for a lot of flexibility, Peter. You know, combative without the ball, expansive with it. It's a system that's naturally going to ask an awful lot from your central striker, but also for anyone positioned out wide. You're the key supply route, and at the same time, the defensive cover. So, effectively, you're the lungs and legs of the team. A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Great vision. And he's intervened well there. Looking to play him in. Now that's well seen too. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Well, he's a little bit unorthodox, Peter, but I really like Brennan Johnson playing either up front or as a traditional winger. And his strength is that excellent turn of pace, of course, that gets him ahead of his marker. He can then either get a shot away or drive in those low balls across goal. But he's proven he can do this effectively, even against teams who sit that bit deeper, so he can be a really potent weapon.
Yeah, hard to see past him. He'll be looking to put on a show, I'm certain of that. Semenyo unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Munoz. And he's forced to go back. Very early stages, Jim, but anything up to now that's of note?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sight.
Haaland! It's a loose ball. That's it. And one more try! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
I just wonder what was on his mind there. He should have put his foot right through it.
Lacroix. Crystal Palace are enjoying the lion's share of possession, but nothing yet to show for it. And Richards. Brennan Johnson. Munoz. And Sarr. Richards. And here's Mateta. Now that looks a decent... And the shot! It's in!
Oh, what a lovely exchange, Peter. I mean, he did the give and go, and that's just a lovely return ball. The weight of it was absolute perfection.
The goal scorer after 24 minutes.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
Doku. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. And it's Kamada. Rodri gets across to intercept that. Crystal Palace very much in the ascendancy and with a goal to their name. Oh, nicely intercepted. Johnson. Now it's Mateta, and he plays one through. Johnson. Rodri plays it forward. Looking tidy in possession here. Oh, super! He's had a shot! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. He won't be happy with that one. Sarr. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Now, what about a counter-attack? This looks promising. Kamada.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
And it's Wharton. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Mateta is onto this. Shapes to shoot! And it's in! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
Well, you've always got to have players that are willing to make the runs. And when you keep plugging away, that will happen.
Crystal Palace are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
And here's Johnson, Mateta, and that is expertly dealt with. Cherki, looking for the run, and he cuts out the supply.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Bernardo Silva running with the ball. Oh, that's clever. Caught offside that time. Donnarumma claims comfortable. And the referee says that is that for the first half. How would you review the first half?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
Crystal Palace looking composed, content, comfortable, leading 2-0 at half-time. And we are back on the way. Looking for options for movement. And it's Wharton. Can he get it through? Well read, and the danger is averted. Now it's Sarr. Bernardo Silva.
They want to be quick here, it's breakaway time.
Now, can they get him away? Wharton. Johnson. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Threads one in. That is a great pick out. Chance! Johnson proving a very adept defender. It was a good tackle too.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
Mateta is being harried and hassled.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline. This is the time you need that pace.
Mateta showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Oh, well, that is not a great touch.
Pity that, because it had a decent chance of progressing. Crystal Palace couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
Munoz. Mateta chasing after it. Defending was strong and firm. Matheus Nunes. And he's gone looking for safety. Sarr. To Kamada. Hops for safety. Looks to the other side. Munoz. Tries to pass it through. Richards cuts out the pass. Doucouré. Sarr, who does have an assist to his name. Oh, nice one too, very nice. And a chance! And it's there! With fun and fury, they continue to do their thing. Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
It was wonderful vision to see the movement ahead, and how about the weight of that pass? Ideal.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business, doesn't he just?
Well, he's made this game all about him. He's got a fantastic appetite for goals.
Crystal Palace find a position of real strength now. Kamada, passes coming off in quick succession here. Mateta.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
And it's Kamada. Sarr. Sarr gets on his bike and on the move. Wharton.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Sarr. Doku running with intent. Sarr. Crystal Palace are almost home and dry now. Johnson, he's found a way. Oh, shooting chance! Semenyo, can he spark a counter here? That has not gone well. Kamada. Cherki. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Riyad. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Well, that was a tale of two very different teams. One driven, ruthless, prolific. The other quite the opposite in all of those areas. The result, a very accurate reflection of what we saw.
Let's hope for better luck next time.
Very much the hat-trick hero. What an extraordinary game he had. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?